I'm back in the building. So at this time, AWOL Records is making some dramatic waves on a local level, and I would say on a worldwide level, because at that time we're starting to see and starting to hear these things, and go to the stores and say, okay, yeah, can we need to get that another copy of that Bo Loco, have we got anything else on that record label and stuff? So what's it like locally with all this success? Are you proper feeling yourself as a youngster, you know what I mean, rolling with these mans?
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, off top. At that point, at that point, we was I was with AWOL, and that's what it was. You know what I mean? At that point, it really wasn't too many rappers in my city doing it like that. So yeah, definitely, I was definitely getting a little bit of good recognition and getting some good exposure for what I was, for what we was doing with the music and whatnot. So yeah, it was definitely a benefit. Definitely,
for sure.
yeah,
And
definitely a benefit.
what's mom saying at this point?
Mom's just like, trying to just help me keep my nose clean and make sure I don't get too deep in. And she was definitely on me. You know what I mean? I remember a couple times we was at the studio in Oakland at Pajama Studios, and matter of fact, we was recording Ghetto Flight. Yeah, we was recording Ghetto Flight at Pajama Studios in downtown Oakland, and she took me because I was fresh out of juvenile.
Yeah.
I never forget. Me and Bolo was in the booth, and he was passing me the blunt, so she couldn't see me hit it. I was in the booth in the blunt, and my mom just sitting there, in the listening area. So yeah, I'll never forget that. That was funny.
Parental advisory.
Yeah, mom's was on me, but she was doing what she supposed to do as a mother.
Yes,
So
exactly.
it's good.
Mm. And I think
Mhm.
that it's important to highlight this. I mean, you touched on earlier, your relationship with your grandmother, Rising Paradise, and another
Yeah,
strong female figure, which is your mother, who
yeah.
didn't just say, "Yeah, man, go out there, little nigga, and do your thing, man. Become a man." She was like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm gonna have
I mean,
a
when it got to the point where she couldn't keep me from it, then yeah, she was just like, "Hey, be careful." You know what I'm saying? Just be careful, be smart.
yes,
You
yes.
know what
Well,
when it got to that point,
as you know, as a parent yourself, that there comes a point where you've put all you can put into that vessel as a child, and they're now teenagers
definitely.
becoming young adults, and you have to cut that quote unquote umbilical cord and say, you know what, for sure, do your thing, man. I've equipped you, I've given you the tools. It's down for you to use them now.
And that's what it was. And that's what it was.
So, well, so when did mom's cut the umbilical cord then, sibling?
I probably would have to say when I turned 18 and it couldn't come back on her.
Mm, mm,
You know what I'm saying? When
yeah.
I turned 18, when you turn 18 out here, it ain't on your parents no more. So I think when it got to that point, you're like, okay, I ain't gonna be responsible if you do something no more. So go ahead, just be smart, be safe.
Yes. Yes. And okay,
So I think
as
that's
as
what
an
it was.
as an 18-year-old man, hanging with the brothers and sisters we're hanging with, what was that a battle of sorts to stay on the quote unquote narrow path and stay away from trouble? Or was it a case of like, it is what it is, I'm gonna do this here? Or it was like, you know what, you're doing
Nah,
your thing, but I'm doing this music thing, man. This is this is my kind of outlet, and that's how I'm gonna kind of come out this year.
well, basically, I got into a little bit here and there and whatnot, but it was never nothing major. I never allowed myself to get into nothing too major for the simple fact of how I was raised, and you know what I mean. And then plus, my mama was still a damn fool, so I didn't want to do nothing to have her flip out on me. So you know what I mean. So I only went so far and did so much. You know what I mean. I
Yeah.
wasn't just super crazy, super wild out there like that.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah,
So let's fast forward to your first solo project in '95.
yeah,
How did that come about?
yeah.
Did was you pushing saying, yo, I need to put an album out, or was this strategic? Okay, in in this time frame your album's coming out in this time frame, because when your album came out, I'm sure what Snake Eyes came out, your album came out, there's about 3 or 4 albums came out around that period.
Well, my album, my first album actually ended up coming out on Strong Island Records out of Richmond, California. You know what I'm saying? A cat out of Richmond put that first album out because I was young and I got impatient, so I actually left AWOL. You know what I'm saying? And when it signed with Strong Island in '95. So that's who put my first album out. So the first album that I did for AWOL was never released. Actually, a lot of them songs got reused and different songs got put to them. The beats got reused. You know what I mean? So, that's what that was.
And what was the title of the first album?
My first album was Heater Man.
And that wasn't on AWOL.
Nah, that wasn't on AWOL.
What? How did I miss that, man? I gotta go back and
No, my first album was not
I
on
gotta
AWOL.
sibling. Listen, I gotta go into my CDs after we do this here build, because that's in my
Uh-huh.
AWOL section. That's with all of the Bowl albums. That's what I mean. So I don't know how the fuck I missed that there. Okay, so
Peter Calhoun came out on AWOL though.
okay, that
Peter
now,
Calhoun came out on AWOL.
yeah, yeah. What year was that then?
That was in 98 or something like that. 98, 97. I don't know, something like that.
97,
99, somewhere
97,
around there.
yeah. Nah, I don't think it was 99, but 97, 98 sounds about right. Was yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
may be
yeah.
right.
Okay. Okay. Um, and what was so from 95 to 98, when did we kind of patch it up and say, you know what, I'm gonna come back with y'all and do this here and wait and put an album out? Or was it a case of
Um,
you did the album
because
with the other label, and then you did that, and then jumped straight back with AWOL?
it was kind of like I went and did the album with Strong Island. You know what I'm saying? It was all love. You know what I'm saying? Everything, the Rich Town, it was all love. But I still had the heart and soul of the AWOL because that's what I came in the game with. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm,
it was more like I ventured off just to do my thing and whatever. But it was like I still had that AWOL in me. You see what I'm saying? So it's
yeah.
like even on my first album cover, I had a bow shirt on. You know what I mean? It was like a
Mm,
Seabo shirt on. You feel what I mean? So I was still repping that AWOL no matter what. Anyway, so and then when I had a little bit, I had some decent success with the Heater Man, but
yes.
I just wanted to go back with the family. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. I went back, I re-signed with them, and that's when Heater Calhoun came out, and because that's when we got that deal with the New Tribe and all that
New
back then, Virgin
Tribe.
Records back then.
Yes, yes, yes. That, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so
What was a lovely time for the West Coast, man. That era when New Tribe was,
yeah,
doing the
yeah,
distribution and all that. That
yeah,
was excellent.
yeah.
So talk
Yeah.
about the money side of it then now. So you did your first album. Now a couple of years later, you've done your second, New Tribe slash Virgins involved with this now. Are we seeing the pain like your way kind of thing now? You're seeing like, yeah, man, this rap shit's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing kind of thing?
At that point in my life, I'd have to say yeah, because everything was good at that point. You know what I'm saying? We was all kicking it. We was in the studio all the time. It was just all love. It was like that's when we was all together. Me, Lunisicc, Killer Tay, La Rue, Marvelous. You know what I'm saying? I think at that point Bo might have still been locked up. I don't remember if he had got out yet, but at that point we was all together. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like that was before we did West Coast tripping. So it was just all love at that point. Like we had the big house out there in Fairfield. We always all of us used to be out there. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? T wife used to always be cooking for us and shit like that. So it was a lovely time at that point. So everything was lovely around them times. That 98, 99, 2000s, all that shit. It was good.
mm. So what's
We used to be
okay?
riding around with the AWOL band and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, my.
Yeah.
So after, so the first person to leave um the label was Lunisicc, right?
Yes.
Mr. Lunisicc, aka Ludi Corleone.
Yeah. Looney Corleone. Yeah,
Yes. With that
yeah, that's the homie.
very
Yeah.
distinctive flow and sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
man? This is what amazes me, man. When I talk to y'all and I start reminiscing and I listen to the music and stuff, it's like every single person, no matter what coast they're from, whether it's west, whether it's south, they all had a distinctive sound and a style, or they would tell a story a certain way. They had something unique about them. Whereas, unfortunately, today, I just, I really don't see artists now trying to be themselves or be individual, try and stick out from the crowd. It's more like, how can I be like somebody else, but put my
Right.
kind of like little brand on it kind of thing.
Right. Right. Yeah. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. And that's definitely with my music right now is what I'm trying to shoot for and be myself and be 100% myself. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I've always been myself, but due to my affiliation, it was I was influenced. I was young. You feel me? I was around real gangsters around in high school. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't
Yeah.
no game. It was
Mm,
not no game, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But it was for real. So you know what I mean? And that was my first time ever being around a group of individuals like that. That was really TV shit. You know what I mean?
yes.
So so I was influenced. You know what I mean? And it was gangster shit at that time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like I said, I ain't never banged or nothing like that, but I was affiliated. So it was at the time.
Yes. Yes.
So and now, like I said, I'm young. I'm riding with my family. So that's what it is. It was AWOL at that. It was AWOL or whatever at that time. It was
Mm,
AWOL or nothing else at
yes.
that time. You feel me?
Yes. So, Mr. Lunatic goes, Ludiconion. Um, what did that do to y'all as a unit?
Um, Me personally, I mean, I looked at it. It was a shit. He made good music. He part of the team. We rocking.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's I mean, from my perspective at that point, that's all that it was for me. We rocking.
yeah.
Period. You know what I'm saying? If we together, we the period. Ain't nothing else. So that's just the way I was at that point.
So it wasn't like there was a missing piece of sorts. It was just a case of, he wants to go his own way kind of thing, and it is what it
To
is.
be honest with you, you would have to ask that man his reasons on that. He just he made his decisions for whatever reasons he made him, and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Looney. You know what I mean? So I don't really know. You'd have to ask that man his real reasons behind that. You feel me?
No, no, I'm saying how did it affect, you as a
Oh
group member? You know what I mean? Would you like, well, he's gone now. It is what it is. I'm just gonna continue doing my thing, or was you like, raw, fucking hell, the homie's gone kind of thing?
nah, it was like shit. I mean, he made his decision. I'm gonna keep pushing, doing what I gotta do.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
At that time I was producing a lot of the music back then. I produced probably at least one or two tracks on damn near all the Lunisicc albums. Those marvelous albums that came, I produced a few. I damn near produced on damn near every release, and I
Yeah.
produced half of West Coast Tripping. So you know what I mean. I was working during at that time. So you know whatever was happening as far as the politics, I wasn't. You know it happened. But
Mm,
I'm just in the studio. We had our own
yes.
studio back then. I'm always in the studio. Everybody that know me from back then, I was at the studio over there in Fairfield. So
Putting
you
in that
know,
work.
that's all I was trying to get better, trying to get trying to evolve.
Definitely.
That's been my whole thing all these years is trying to get better.
Mm. So talk to me about some of the, obviously, you're thick and tight with AWOL Records. Talk to me about some of the other artists which should have been local as well, like your brother Lynch Hong, for instance. Did you all ever get equated?
Back then I never linked up with Lynch like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just as far as Sacramento went, if it wasn't AWOL or like we messed around with Said and them back in the day. So if it wasn't really AWOL or Black Market, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know Lynch was affiliated with that, but I mean I didn't really never met Lynch like that till years later. You know what I mean?
Mm, okay.
You know, I fucked with Tito. You know what I'm saying? Was the young homie back then. You know what I'm saying? I produced on his first album. I think first or second or one of them. So yeah, so I was producing back then. Just a lot of people didn't know that.
Definite, man. That's a jewel I was unaware of. So I slightly missed that. What artist did you say you was producing on? Two.
Back then, you talking about T Nutty?
T Nutty, the Flow he can.
You already know T Nutty, the Flow. Yeah, I
Shit,
produced
man.
on his first album.
Was that Flow
Yeah,
Master? Flow.
yeah. Flow
Okay.
Master Mouse.
Yes, yes. Yeah, oh
Flow Master
my.
Mouse. Yeah, go check the credits, man. You'll see my name in there.
You're talking classic shit right
Man,
here,
you feel me?
man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. If
So,
I had my publishing right, hey, some game right here. If I had my publishing right back then, I'd probably be rich right now. You feel me?
hell yeah, sibling. I was just gonna.
Just on purpose.
That's exactly where I was gonna go next. Mine was
So for
directly
all you
to.
artists out there listening, get your publishing straight right now. Right now.
Mm,
Stop this interview, stop watching it, and go click the link to get your publishing straight. You heard?
that's a free jewel, man. That's free game right here,
Man,
man.
I slipped on that. I lost on that. Real talk. I lost on that. And
Mm,
that's definitely a huge regret of mine. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I'm still pushing. So as long as I'm alive, I got a chance to make it right.
exactly, sibling. And you ain't gonna never make that mistake, and that jewel's been
Mhm.
given out. So trustfully, people, and you know what, these youngsters are, we may criticize, what they're doing in regards to how they dress and all that kind of stuff, and the music that they're making, but a lot of them seem to be very astute when it comes to this making money, man, and getting this business
Right,
game down,
yeah,
right? You know what I'm talking
yeah.
about?
I ain't mad
So,
at him. Yeah,
you know what I'm
I
talking
ain't mad
about?
at him.
Do your
Yeah,
thing, man.
that'll be your thing. Whatever's gonna help you take care of your family and get you where you want to be, man. I'm all for it.
Definite, man. Definite. One caveat I will add to that to the youngsters is definitely do your thing, get that money. But remember,
Mm.
there you do have a bit of responsibility in regards to the content you're making. Yeah, heard me. So yeah, no, words are hella powerful. So let's just be a little bit more responsible when we're saying or doing certain things on videos and shit. You know what I mean?
Real talk. Real talk. Real talk.
So okay, let's get back to the label. Um, Clearly, he's having a good time. It was a family affair, it seems.
Oh yeah.
He's clearly putting in that work in the booth and production wise. What made you get into the production elements of it?
Um, before I started rapping, I used to take piano lessons, and I was into that. I done did a few recitals in the day and stuff. So that kind of really was my foundation with wanting to actually produce because I had that little bit of the teaching, so it was easy for me to start doing music because I had that piano teaching. So it was just
Right.
a matter of trying to find a sound and put together, put you know what I'm saying, put together that the different combinations of
Mm,
whatever. and make some good music. So that's kind of how that started producing. That's kind of how that started.
Okay, okay, okay. And one thing I forgot to ask you. So, artist wise, if you do have an idol when you were coming up, who was your rap idol?
Hmm. For the sake of just answering that question, because I try not to idolize no can't
And that's why I tried to phrase it slightly differently. I'm
Oh,
talking
okay,
about.
yeah, for sure. But just for the sake of the question, I'd have to go with LL back then.
Mm, mm,
Because because my mom probably can even tell you, I used to when LL performed on the award shows, I was on it.
yes.
LL, probably a combination of LL and Hammer. I ain't gonna lie, because I used to.
Hammer was the man sibling. Listen,
Yeah,
Hammer
Hammer was the
was
man. I ain't
no.
gonna
Listen,
lie.
scratch that, scratch that. Hammer is the man.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, he a legend. No matter what, off top. Hammer will always be a legend, no matter what happens.
Definite man. I didn't appreciate. I mean, he when he blew up on that pop stuff, the poppy kind of, stuff. That's
Yeah,
what I kind of knew him for. That's how I kind of was introduced. But then when I started looking and see, wow, how many albums has he got before this? And start listening to them damn things. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
Hammer's on that vibe. Okay,
yeah.
yeah, man. Salute, man. Salute to Hammer, man. He put
I
the
tried to
count
get
on.
signed by him one time. He turned me down.
Hammer got a label.
Well, I'm just saying back, about maybe like 10, 15 years ago, something like that, like 10 years ago, I went and played some music for him, because he was starting up some shit, some production shit or something. So
Okay.
I was trying to get signed and went and played some music for him. He wasn't feeling it, so it didn't happen. But it's
Oh,
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's what it is, man. It's what it is. What was it? What
You
was the
know,
experience like being with Hammer?
that's what I'm saying. The experience was dope alone. That's why I wasn't mad. Just for the experience and the opportunity, it was dope. Just on that, I went
Mm,
to he had a studio out there in I don't know, Hayward or somewhere. I forgot where it was, but we went out there to his facility, played him a bunch of my music, played him a bunch of music that I was working on with some local artists at the time, which actually was the most music that I let him hear, because I was trying to produce some put out a group out of Susun.
hmm.
So he really wasn't feeling it. So it's all good. But like I said, I still appreciated the opportunity for him even taking the time to listen to my music. So it's all love. You know what I
Definitely.
mean? Just even have the opportunity for him to listen to my music when I listened to his music as a youngster like
Yeah.
that, it was dope. So I was good with that. You feel me?
This is the thing, man. This is the thing. Sometimes we have to embrace the experience, man. Sometimes it's
Yeah,
about the experience, and
yeah.
let's just open it up a little bit. Sometimes it's not necessarily the destination; it's about the journey. Yeah.
You're right. Always about the journey, man. I said that before. It ain't about where you're going. It's the road there.
Exactly, man. Pay attention,
That's
man.
where you, that's where you get the lessons and experiences and all the dopest shit. You know what I'm saying? On the journey.
Yes, yes, yes. So sibling, you've clearly alluded to a lot of growth and development throughout your early teens to a teenager to a young man and stuff. So, and clearly this has been down to experiences for the good, the bad, the ugly. Um,
Mhm.
Foundational wise, what makes you who you are?
Um, Shit, just the love that I got. I be trying to show for everybody, man. Like it's all about love. You know what I mean? I say that's my foundation. I try to start everything from. 'Cause
Mm,
with that, we need more of that in the world. You know what I mean? So I
for
don't
sure.
hate nobody. If you hate me, I love you. You know what I'm saying? So that's my foundation right there.
Mm,
Because
mm,
everything can come from that. Everything good can come from that. So
exactly.
that's my. I'd have to start. I'd have to say that.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. It's
Mhm.
we as you say, we need not a little, we need a lot more of that. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
People are
definitely.
they're afraid to even say the word love. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah, I ain't fucking. Yeah, we need it. We need it. You feel me? Like shit. It touches me when I notice that it's even still real love in the world. You know what I mean? Because there's so much evil and so much hate going on. Like I like to see other people when they got love. You know what I mean? I like to see that. You know what I mean?
yes,
Because just a good feeling and good energy, and you know them good vibes. You feel me?
Hmm. Hmm. It's and especially within because we've been within this zombie apocalypse and we've been locked in, all these sanctions and rules and
Already,
all this kind of stuff. It's you know, a-
already.
and when you turn on the Twitter or the Instagram page, for the first few months, I mean, luckily I'm not seeing too much of it now, but all we were seeing was the humiliation, brutalization, and torture of
Right,
of black folk constantly.
right, right.
It's all we were seeing for the first couple of months. People just every just constant have some of this, have some of that, have some of this, have some of that. Now that has destroyed some people.
Yeah, I agree.
Has totally destroyed their sensibilities, their what they thought was reality.
Yeah,
It's turned it totally upside down. The
yeah, I
people
agree
who,
with you.
black people who, you African Americans, you're complaining. There's no racism, you're killing each other, uh, and then they actually are confronted with the actual facts. You know what I mean? The visuals of
Hmm.
these modern day
Right,
lynchings taking place, and they're like, "Oh shit,
right, right.
I was fucking wrong."
Yeah, it's definitely eye opening to people that never had to be a part of that world. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely like I've talked to people that's never had to face or even deal with nothing like that, and then when they talk to them now after seeing that, they like, damn, like for like it's really kind of it's crazy. Like that some people don't know that as a race, black, brown, you know what I'm saying, minority people has actually had a lot way worse than others. You know what I'm saying? All the way across the board.
Mm.
And some people really didn't know that. Well, I mean, unless they lying or what. Some people act like they really didn't know that it was that bad.
Yeah, I mean, you've brought another part of the equation into it. Were they lying? Because sometimes, I think that's for a small percentage of the population who
Yeah,
damn well know what fucking time is, but they're like, oh shit, yeah, I saw it on the news and stuff. I mean, I'm hearing crazy rhetoric such as well-known TV personalities in the UK saying how they're driving around and their children are asking, "Oh, what is that statue over there, mommy?" And
right,
the well-known presenters say, "I don't know. It's just history." And this and then she's like, then she's saying to herself, "Oh, well, I should know what these statues are." Because
right,
these are clearly statues of the greatness of somebody apparently, but these people are just walking
right,
around oblivious to it.
right. That's crazy. That's crazy. It all go back to you know what they teach the kids in school. You know what I'm saying? I didn't been through the school and seen what they teach, so I know. You can't tell me. I didn't been through it. You can't tell me what they teach you in school. I don't know about nowadays because I ain't been in school, but when I was in school, they didn't teach nothing about what they should be teaching.
Mm.
Nothing. Zero.
Or sibling.
Like you know what I'm saying? I was just like kids nowadays know that Columbus didn't discover America, and whether they in school or not, kids nowadays know that. You know what I mean? When I was in school, I didn't know that.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you're right. You're 100% right because we still had the element of critical thinking. So we still ask questions, that say, oh,
Yeah,
this happened. And you're just like, oh, well, why did it happen? Or where did it happen? Kind of thing. But,
yeah,
they would find a way to get back to this is what happened. That's it. You don't need to ask any more questions, kind of thing. Whereas, and also we didn't have the luxury of saying, okay, I don't really like the answer I had from that teacher. So let me just pull out my phone and just type that
yeah,
into the old Google and let that do it for. We had to
yeah.
go to a damn library, and then we
Exactly.
had to go ask the librarian. Okay, I'm looking at this kind of
Yeah,
subject matter. Which aisle is it going to be in? Which book should I be maybe looking at? And that was
yeah,
work.
yeah. And then most of the time, you didn't even want to do all that.
Yeah.
If didn't nobody direct you right to the information at that during that time, you wasn't gonna find it. because
Hmm.
it was buried in a book somewhere. So if you didn't know exactly where to go to find it, you're not gonna find it. Nowadays, like you said, you can pick up your phone and find anything you want. So I feel like nowadays it's harder for them to not teach kids what kids need to know because kids can find out on their own or their parents can find it on their own and show them or whatever. You know what I mean? But when I
Mm.
was growing up in school, it wasn't like that. So you know what I mean. So I'm glad that kind of the technology is the way it is now, so kids can find out what Like I said, kids nowadays they don't be like Columbus, man. Whatever, Columbus didn't discover America. You know what I mean? Like nobody said that when I was going to school. Nobody was like Columbus didn't discover America, but that's everywhere now.
You
You know
see,
what I mean? You can't tell nobody Columbus and they be like, yeah, right. Everybody gonna say, yeah, right. He ain't discovered shit. Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
hmm
Them kind of conversations was going on like that years ago.
how is he discovering a place where there's already folk there, man?
That's what I'm saying. When the first time I ever heard about Columbus in school, that only thing that I was told was he discovered America. Period.
Yes, yes, him, and then let's talk about Marco Polo for
Yeah, you feel
circumnavigation.
me? But it was never in that conversation. It was never nothing to make me think. Well, maybe he didn't, or maybe this, or maybe because I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't have that knowledge of the Aborigines being here before that and all that. You see, I didn't know that knowledge. So if the kids knew that before they went to school, they'd be like, "Come on, that's bullshit. We ain't having it." You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
We ain't
yes,
having it.
yes.
You ain't gonna be able to tell us that lie.
You see, as we're highlighting, it's for the younger generation today who are brought up in this technology, there is so many advantages that they have at their fingertips
Mm-hmm,
and at their disposal.
mm-hmm,
But at the same
mm-hmm.
time, it's like the children have devoluted along with the adults with this technology. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm driving along in the ride, I'm just about to turn the corner, and a woman with two children either side of her and a pushchair, head in her phone, sibling, just pushing all three of them with herself out into the road in front of me. You know what I mean? I'm having to do an emergency stop and shit to stop me from running over four people.
because they on the phone.
Because she on the phone, the children are obeying her mother and just doing what the mom's doing. She looks up
Right.
at me, startled, and then carries on walking. Didn't even say sorry or,
Yeah.
these,
Yeah. Yeah.
these crack
That's
phone
right.
zombies, man, are
Yeah.
hooked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
That's crazy, man. You're right. Everybody on their phone. Shit, I'm guilty too. I'm always on my phone, but shit, I be trying to promote, market.
okay, so you're on your phone for what, sibling? For a purpose, right? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So,
We ain't
definitely.
just like swiping left and all them
Yeah,
foolishness
nah,
and
nah,
trolling folk and you know what I mean.
none of that. None of that. I was
This
just
is
having a conversation with somebody with on this same subject yesterday in Denver. We was talking about the phones and whatnot and how it's a tool, but but what you using it for though? You know what I mean?
yes, yes, and
So
and
yeah,
that's with many things. I mean, a knife and fork, we utilize that to eat food with, right?
right,
If someone busts through your kitchen trying to cause you harm, you can use them said knife and fork to defend yourself, right?
right,
So it's tools
right.
that we have at our
Exactly,
disposal. It's about how
exactly.
we apply those
Man,
tools.
that was a good analogy right there. I like that. I like that. That was good right there.
I like to try
You
and
put
break
your
it
foot
down.
in the
Yeah,
neck.
my break it
That
down
was
to the most.
loaded right there. You feel me? That was perfect. I'm gonna use it. I'm still in that.
Yeah, man. I'll license it out to your sibling. Don't even trip, man.
Yeah,
I got my publishing game on tight, man.
that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
But shiggity, man.
Yeah.
So hey, so back to this to the record label, man.
Okay.
Everything's bubbling. Lunisicc bounces.
Mhm.
Bowl's locked up.
Mhm.
You're producing like mad. T
Mhm.
Nutty producing. Did
Yeah.
you do any production for Hollow Point?
Hollow point, hollow tip.
Hollow Tip even, sorry, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hollow tip. Nah, I ain't never. Me and hollow tip ain't never hooked up though. But I know
Okay,
hollow tip though. That's marvelous people. So yeah, we done met a bunch of times, but we
okay.
ain't never did no music together though.
Yeah, hey, that'd be a perfect match, man. That'd be a perfect
Yeah,
match.
yeah, that will be. Yo. We got to put that together. Somebody, y'all
Definitely.
looking for holler at me. Let's get down.
Yeah, man. Let's do this, yeah, man. Um, what had started to happen? Why the demise of AWOL Records took place? Because it kind of wrapped up. What when did it actually wrap up? It was early thousands, right?
Yeah, I would say like mid thousands, something like that. 2003, 4, 5, somewhere
Five,
around
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. So what
Yeah,
the hell happened, sibling, man? We went on a crazy run. A crazy run.
man, just keeping it real. Long story short, niggas wasn't getting paid. Niggas started not getting paid right.
Okay. The
Long story short, that's it. Niggas wasn't getting paid, and they got tired of the not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? With too much shit going on, not to be getting paid. You know what I mean? And then as far as me, I didn't done so much producing, and I it ain't showing in my pockets. Like you know what I mean? Like hold on, all this stuff that come out, I can't get nothing for that. Like you know what I mean? Just on, I'm speaking on me. I
Yep.
ain't speaking on nobody else. But you know what I mean? Just from all the production, you know, because the little bit of record sales that I did get, whatever, I didn't get nothing from that. So it got to the point where you know, for me, it just it just wasn't working financially. Like, it ain't fun no more when you
Yeah.
doing all this work and all this shit going on and you ain't getting no checks.
Mm. That seems like a very common factor. With it,
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard of people, especially within the entertainment industry. It always seems to be man's, whether now don't get it twisted. I have heard of people of record owners who, let's say, were quite naive
Mm-hmm.
in regards to the business and they were learning as they go, as most entrepreneurs are doing. They're learning as they go within the business, and we can't fault that element of it.
Right,
But
right.
there still seems to be a crazy high number of people saying, yo, I'm fucked off that label now because man's ain't fucking paying me.
Yeah, that's like damn near the downfall of every label. Damn near the right people not getting paid right.
This is the thing, mate. This is the thing. So um we're off. Everyone bounces then, right? So I was gonna
Yeah.
jump. I was gonna jump to present then, but now I want to keep it. I want to keep keep it concurrent. So everyone's off the label and stuff. What are we thinking? Are we still in contact with all your label mates? Are we thinking of forming something as a conglomerate, or are we saying, you know what, let's just do something independent kind of thing? Like what's the flavor?
Well, I was one of the last people to be there still. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but it got to the point where I just couldn't hold on no more. I was too loyal. I couldn't I'm loyal at heart. If
Mm,
you know what I mean, if I'm riding with you, I'm riding with you. Sometimes that's a downfall of my own, but it is what it is. So at that point, that's when I was trying to start off and branch off and do my own thing. I had found a group in Susoon that I was trying to put out called the Hitters. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to take what I learned from the AWOL and everything and try to do my own thing and create my own empire and whatnot. So that's where I started venturing off and doing that. I put out 2 records on my own, didn't really do nothing, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it was.
mm. And you did that independently? Did you do that via City Hall Records or anything like that, distribution wise, or?
Did some stuff through City Life, City Hall, and then Urban Life, distributed through them. Did a couple projects, you know what I'm saying, through Out of Bounds. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, what's his name from Sacramento? Hollis, Big Hollis.
Big Hollis, yes, yes, yes.
I don't know if
Legends.
you ever heard of Big Hollis. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I put out a record with him. So I just did a couple little independent things, trying to just keep my name out there. So for the most
Mm,
part, that's what it was.
okay, okay.
And then real life, I didn't put out no music for like 10 years, hella long.
So all right then, all right then, all right then. Before we get to that real life thing, right? So at this time, you're putting out your independent things. Bo Loco has come out by
Mhm.
this point, right? Lunisicc is putting out
Oh yeah, Barz
pure,
been home. Yeah.
yeah. Lunisicc's putting out pure projects, pure product is putting out there. Um, ain't y'all talking and saying, yo, jump on this? I got a little feature for you, let's just work and. You know, wasn't none of that going in.
I mean, yeah, we I definitely collabed with a few people still over the years. Like La Rue was still putting out projects, so I collabed with him on a bunch of stuff back then. Produced for him, uh, you know, just different little things here and there. Just working with some different little people. Some stuff never came out. Some stuff did. Just it
Okay.
was kind of like that, really.
Yeah, yeah. And okay, oh, okay. Before we get to the I got another one that just popped to me. So AWOL's doing the thizzle, Bo's did that gas chamber. We had a character who wasn't from Killer Fanilia, but was staying up them ways by the name of Percy Miller. Uh,
Oh
and
yeah,
Bo did a feature on that West Coast Bad Boys Volume 1, right?
yeah,
So was you
yeah.
in the mix
Almost
with
got
all that?
signed to Master P too one time.
Okay, all
Yeah, almost
right
got
then.
signed to P
Yeah, man, let's get into it, sibling. Let's
back
get.
in before I went and signed with Strong Island. I used to be at SMG Solar Music Group. Shout out to St. Charles. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I used to be at that office when Master P used to be up there sometime. This before Master P really took off, and he was still in the rich. You know what I'm saying? Because I was on one of his projects, that High for Christmas. I don't know if you ever heard of that. He did a Christmas album called Getting High for
Yes,
Christmas.
yes, yes,
Uh,
yes.
and at that time, I was still signed to AWOL, so I couldn't do no verse. So I just talked on the intro. If you ever go listen to that album on the intro, that's me talking on the intro. You know what I'm saying? And that was on No Limit. But P asked to sign me, but I was, like I said, I was too loyal, man. I turned P down. You feel me?
Hey, but sibling, based upon
I,
what we,
I, I turned P down.
I think you know what. I think you did the right thing, man. I think you did the
Leave
right
it at
thing.
that.
Nah, man, listen, sibling, you did the right thing, and everything happens for a
Okay.
reason. You know what I mean? Because you would have had a different
Right.
sound when
Right.
he went back down to New Orleans. I don't think he would have brought you
Right.
come. You know what I mean? So you'd have been like a King George, man. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And a
Right.
Cali G.
Right. I feel it.
So
I
yeah,
feel it.
man.
Yep. I shout out to Cali G. I know Cali. Yeah.
Real
Yeah,
ones,
you,
man.
yeah, you probably right. You probably right. So yeah, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. So you're right.
Definite, man.
But yeah, I
Definite.
did have that opportunity though. I did have
Okay.
that opportunity, and I turned him down. I said I'm too loyal.
So what was a
But
young
yeah,
P?
but yeah.
So
So back to
what was the young P like then in
go ahead,
comparison to what you can see now?
young. You talking about Percy
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or me?
No, P. Percy, man.
Um, I mean, well, I ain't talked to him personally in so many years, but from what I knew back then, he was a cool cat though. You feel me? Down to earth and just kept it solid. You know what I mean? From
Mm,
what I know of him,
yeah.
you know what I mean. I didn't do too much business with him after that.
Okay.
So
All
but
good.
shit, he doing his thing now. He's on
Yeah,
top of
man.
the world.
Definitely. Listen, one thing I will
I ain't mad
salute
at him.
Percy for is he changed the game for the good and for the bad. But his entrepreneurship
Right,
is, it's second to none, man. He's doing the thing, man. Done the thing, and will continue to do the thing. So I have to
mhm,
salute him, man. And I think as a as original folk, as black folk, we need to support him as well. You know what I mean?
right. Off top, definitely, because he definitely took something from the bottom and turned it into everything.
Mm, this is it, man. If we can make that brother a trillionaire, just think of how many people, how many original folk he can help in regards
Right,
to providing
right.
employment, not giving money. I ain't talking about giving no folk no money. I'm
Yeah,
talking about providing opportunities. You heard?
exactly. Yeah, you can't put a measure on providing somebody with an opportunity. That could be life changing.
This is it, man. This is it. So let's go back to you. Let's go back to you in this hiatus, man. Real life. What do you do, man?
Yeah. So I mean, after I try to put out the projects on my own, and they really wasn't too successful. I just life hit. Kids, just different little situations. I guess it was just all supposed to happen that way so I could learn and evolve and become who I am today at this point. So, that's I mean, everybody got real life, everybody got personal issues, everybody go through shit. So, it's all about how you make it out and what you do after. So that's where I'm at right now. I made it out. Now this is what I'm doing after. You know what I'm saying? I put
Excellent.
that I got that word came out in 2017. That was my first release after I don't know how many years since, probably like 2005 or something like that. I don't know. That was my first album to be released in, and that's what got me back cracking. And then
That's we see it.
a couple years went by. I don't know if you heard that project Hypnotics called "I Got That Work." It came out
Yeah,
in
man.
2017.
Yeah.
Okay,
I stay up, man. I stay up, sibling. You,
shout
you,
out to my boy Manny Mo out there tapping in on the live.
yeah, man. It's hey, sibling. You gotta support the real,
Yeah,
man. You gotta keep on supporting the real,
yeah, that's
cause,
right. That's right.
cause the Noble 187, as I say to everybody, is stuck in time. I don't fuck with this new shit,
Man, I
man.
appreciate you because I mean, shit. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate you reaching out because you know what I mean. So I appreciate you reaching out because shit, I ain't never met you before. You feel me? So you got at me, and I guess for me putting out new music and trying to get back out there. So I appreciate you taking the time from way out there in the United Kingdom, to even do this interview for me. You feel me?
As I said, man, at the start of this year, man, honors, man, honors. I gotta. The whole purpose of doing these series is to shed the light, man, where it needs to be shed. Because there's a whole load of folk out here, man, that don't know
Right.
nothing about this, yeah, about this about real music, huh?
Yeah. Real talk. Real
You
talk.
know,
Real talk.
and also not even just the real music, the
Real talk.
real person behind the music, not the persona. Not, hey, Pizzo, what it do, man? What it do? Give us
Right.
16 bars, man. None of that stupid shit. Yeah. None of that. We.
Nah, yeah, I ain't never been like that. Everybody know me. Know I've been the same.
Yeah, man. We
I
keep it
mean,
solid.
from that aspect, I ain't never, yeah, I
S-
always keep it solid, man.
Definite, man. Definite. So we've been homing the craft through the hiatus. 2017 release.
Yeah,
I see the work. I see the
yeah,
work. I see the subtle changes.
yeah. Shout out to Javier. Yep. Shout out to Javier. More than money entertainment. He the one that put out that I got that work project for me and got me back active to the point where you was even able to reach out to me. You feel what I'm saying? Because if he hadn't got me back cracking shit, I probably we wouldn't be having this interview again. You know what I mean? Because I
Definite.
was damn near finna hang it up. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
look, man. Sometimes it just
Just some
takes.
just some instant place to put this up.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
yes,
just
yeah,
takes that one little, oh shit, yeah, man, Pizzo, shit. Let me have a look at that there, man. Oh shit, Killer Teasy. Let me have a look at that there, man. Let me have a look at some, so
yeah,
and then it's like,
yeah.
and the memories start to flood back in, like, yeah, okay, of course, yeah, man. Let me reach out to this brother, man, because yeah, man, there's so much story to
That's
tell,
dope.
man. There's so
That's
much
dope.
stories to tell. There's so much history that we need to lay
Yep.
down, man. Because for some
Yeah,
folk, their
yeah,
story gets told by somebody else. So
yeah,
what?
yeah. I want to. Yeah, definitely. You're right. I want to tell my own story.
Shiggity, man, control that there,
Definitely.
man. Control that there. That's what it's all about, man. In 2020 onwards, it's all about controlling one's own destiny. Don't allow anybody to shape and mold where
Mm-hmm.
you're going, man. You need to have control, full control. When
Real
people
talk.
when, when people start to, you know what I mean, to have those effects and are able to dictate what you want to do, we need to start to reevaluate,
Mm-hmm.
man. Are we going to be that kind of person, or are we going to be our own person and start really doing for self?
Yeah, yeah. Definitely,
So what's the plans, man?
definitely.
What's the plans moving forward? What are we working on?
Um. Well, I just had this year since March. I dropped one, two, three singles, three, four singles.
I've been seeing the promotion, sibling.
Yeah, yeah. So I dropped that first one with T Nutty, and then I dropped another one with my boy Main One, and then the next couple ones finna just be solo joints, so I can just try to solidify, where I'm at right now.
Mm,
And then I just dropped I'm Not Just Anybody. That came out 9/11, September 11th.
yep, I
Video
remember
out
that.
now on my page, everything. So yeah, that's just, I mean, I got a bunch of music I've been working on. I got a bunch of projects that I'm starting with people, a bunch of EPs and stuff. So 2021, I'm finna be in everybody's ear and everybody's face, like way more than I was this since March. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because since March 1st, that's when I've been going super hard. You know what I'm saying? I had a heart attack March 1st, so ever since then, man, I've been pushing like it ain't no tomorrow. You feel me? Because
Yeah,
tomorrow ain't promised.
you already know
You
the
know what I'm
thing.
saying?
I see the work,
So
sibling
my
mine.
whole outlook been different ever since that day. Ever since that day, my whole outlook been different. Everything been different, and that's where
Mm.
I'm at, and that's where I'm gonna continue to be.
Sometimes it takes
Yes, I
those.
got a matter of fact, I got a new single dropping Black Friday. I got a new single dropping Black Friday called "On They Necks."
All right then. Link will be below for that there. You heard me?
Definitely, definitely,
Uh,
definitely.
sometimes it does
Yeah.
take those traumatic events and those catalyzing events for you to say, you know what? you know, I ain't doing what I was
Yeah,
doing before.
real talk. I swear. Man, I swear everything you saying right now is I didn't thought about so much. You know what I mean? And it's ever since then, there's so many blessings has come my way. I feel like it was just the way of the Most High waking me up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get me back on the right path. You feel me? Because ever since then, so much positive things has been happening as far as my music and whatnot. That is, I can't even believe it. It's like, damn, I've been wanting this to crack off like this, and nothing was happening. But I guess it's timing. Everything
Yes.
is timing. The patient, you got to be patient and wait your time. And I know it's kind of cliche sounding or whatever, but that shit is real. You know what I'm saying? That shit is real. Shout out
Proof.
to Mac Melly out there too. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. Shout out to Mac Melly. Couple people want me to shout him out real quick. Shout out to my mom tapping in too. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be here without
man.
my mama. You feel me?
For sure, man.
So yeah,
21 gun
yeah,
salute to Mammy, man. 21 gun salute to Mammy.
yeah. For sure, for sure,
Raise the
for
real
sure,
one
for
out
sure.
here,
Yeah.
man.
So you ever heard of Big V?
Have I heard of?
You ever heard of Big V?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Big
yeah, yeah.
V, Big
Yeah,
V
man.
Entertainment. Yeah. So yeah, so he was my manager first when the Heater Man came out. So that was one of the big reasons of partly of the success of that project. So I'm just I wanted to shout that out because I'm back working with him for 2021. We pushing me Marvelous and a few other artists. We pushing 2021 real hard. So I want to throw that out there too. You feel me?
Definite, man. With Big V and Martha Jean on board, it's it
And
has to be
Lou,
success. Yeah, man. Exactly.
and Lou,
Most, hey, yeah, but hey, I missed
yeah,
something
off
though.
top.
I missed that first single, man. I didn't know. I didn't hear that single with you and T Nutty.
Oh yeah.
Nah, man.
Well,
I
man,
must
I'm
have
gonna definitely
missed
have to
it.
shoot you that link.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to shoot
please.
you that link. It's on my Spotify, all on my everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I have to know
it
how
came
to.
out in March, April, I think April or something.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man.
called Mind. It's called Mind Blown.
Oh, actually, I
Yeah,
did
it's called
hear it.
Mind Blown,
No, no, I
featuring
did.
T-Ready.
I did hear it. I did hear
Okay,
it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Fire, man. Fire.
okay, for sure.
So we
That's
got
produced by Sticks. Sticks in the mix.
hold up, hold up, hold up. Six from Black Market Six.
No, Sticks in the mix produced that.
Oh,
He go by Sticks in the mix. You ever heard
right.
of Chuck Nut back in the day from Fairfield back in the day?
Chuck, no, no. Sorry, sibling, no.
No, okay, yeah, he a dope producer from around the 70 Savage area. You know what
What,
I'm saying? A
what?
lot of people he
Who would
produced
he?
a lot of music for.
Who would he have produced for? I might know his
Um,
sound.
a lot of new artists like Ice Mees,
Oh, if it's new, if
No
it's no,
Face,
no, if
No
it's new
Face Stunner.
money, if it's new money, sibling, I ain't gonna know, man. If you give me some old artists,
Yeah,
he
yeah. I
worked with.
mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, I know he produced for some other artists that I can't really think of or name right now, but he's done some. He one of those producers that people just don't know about him. But he didn't produce some stuff
Yeah, man.
though.
Silent Assassin. Putting in
Yeah,
that
there you
work.
go. There you go. He dope though.
Yeah, yeah,
Dope
yeah.
though.
I have to check that
Matter
out,
of
man.
fact, he produced. I got that work. That I got that work. He produced that.
Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I know.
introduce that. I got that right.
I know that sound. Okay, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can see the talent there. I can definitely see the talent there. So all right then. All right. As we all right, before we wind the build down, as I asked my last guest, especially from where you're currently residing, you've currently got a an event taking place very shortly, which is making worldwide news. Um, with Trump and sleepy Joe Biden. Uh,
Yeah.
what's
Uh-huh.
what's what's your take on the Parler
Whew.
tricks which is taking place?
You just said it right there. It's a trick. You just summed it up right there. It's a big trick. They tricking us. That's, I'm gonna leave it at that. They trick.
Hey,
We being tricked. We
yeah,
being bamboozled,
hoodwinked.
hoodwinked, all that. Flim even.
Yeah, man. Oh, this, yeah, yeah.
So I mean, as far as that goes, man, I mean, hey, we fucked either way, bro.
You know, yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's how I look at it.
But the sibling,
I mean, just generally speaking,
the puzzle, the thing that puzzles me the most is
you can't figure it
s-
out.
it, it's mind blowing. It's when your president was elected the first time, I was like, oh my, how is this even happening? Um, but that
Look,
aside,
you can't even say it. You can't even say it with a complete sentence.
it's a movie. We've been living in a movie for the last couple of years, sibling.
Oh man,
This shit ain't real. And then you've got
that's funny.
the
I do that.
person, the options you've got is the current president, Trump, Donald Trump, and then the other person who you can vote for, Sleepy Joe Biden, who created the crime bill, who locked up all of those original people for disproportionate drugs, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um, he's on videotape, sibling, molesting children live in front of people, touching them up and all kind of stuff. Not just one sibling, not just twice. There's collages of this shit, man.
Man, you
And this
yeah.
and this
I'm
this
just as bewildered as you are.
and this demon isn't underneath the jail.
You feel me? But people like me got cases for having a ounce of weed on them or something.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But this motherfucker about one of these people about to be the president. That's what I'm saying. It's all crazy, man. I don't even want to. It's too much
Yeah,
to even go into that. Like you
yeah, yeah.
said, you can't even say it with a straight sentence. You feel me? Like look how long it took you to even say that sentence. That simple little sentence. That's how crazy it is.
It's wild, man.
That's how crazy it is. Hey, shout out to Javier. I see my boy Javier just tapped in watching me on the live. You know what I'm saying? More than money entertainment.
Yeah.
But
Um,
yeah,
it's interesting
you
times, man.
lucky over there in the UK, man. You ain't gotta do
Hey,
that.
sibling,
You ain't gotta deal with this. You over there in the UK.
we don't have to deal with what y'all dealing with, but we got you're in the belly of the beast, right? I'm in the brains of the beast. Okay. All right. So we got a whole different kind of thing going
Yeah,
over
you
here,
right.
man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We we got
you right.
we
You
got a
right. You right.
blithering idiot by the name of Boris Johnson, who is our prime minister, man. Like, if you go research that dude and how the press and how everyone used to deal with this dude like 4 years ago, you'd think, wait a minute, if they're calling this
Uh,
dude this, how is he the president all of a sudden? I mean, the prime minister? Like, it's all games, man. This is all flipping games. It's pomp
yeah, it is.
and ceremony. That is all it is. And you know what the craziest thing, sibling, is? We the people, yeah,
What?
we the people have the power to stop this shit like yesterday as a collective, because the governmental, the government who is supposed to help us and supposed to make things work, They're supposed to work for us, right? But yeah, so ever since I've been born, I've been hearing
Yeah.
people complaining and bawling and I went through Thatcherism, you went through Reaganomics, then Reaganomics, even not Reaganomics, Rising Paradise, Mac Dre. Um
Right. I think you talking about Mac Dre.
So we have these cycles, right? And it's the same shit, man. Different toilet. Like you have a certain
Yeah.
regime, and it's mirrored over here, but just not as harsh. You know what I'm talking about? So it's all games. And as I say,
Okay.
us as the people, we said, you know what, we ain't taking this no more. You know what? Trump, come out of office. All of you people in the White House, come out. We're putting some new people in there. What could they say? And I'm talking about the Secret Service saying, are down with this thing. The police are saying, you know what, we don't want we want a new government. We just take the thing over and done it. Simple thing. But we
Yeah.
want to
Real talk.
we just want to just play the game, man. We want to play the game. We want it to be comfortable. We want to sit in our house and play with the smart devices and drink ourselves into comas and take prescription drugs and all
Yeah.
kind. The lifestyle.
That's it. That's it. Yep.
That
I
my
do. Unfortunately,
microwave
I
life,
do.
man. Microwave lifestyle, man. That's what it be, man.
Yeah. You're right. It's an unfortunate situation that we'll be in, but hey, man, what we gonna? Unfortunately, ain't nothing people like me and you can do about it.
I tell you what we can do, sibling, is we can continue to be the people we are and be that shining light within our communities and within our surroundings. So people see, yeah, that's what I mean. That's an upright brother there. That's an upright sister there. They're putting in that work. You know what I mean? I want to be like Pizzo, man. You know, I don't want to be like,
That's right.
the
That's right.
motherfucker
I can.
slanging and banging or killing folk. I want to be that
Yeah.
productive brother who's
Yeah.
respectful, who's, you know what I mean, who's doing things. That's the example that we need to be living and showing and proving.
Right.
You
You're
know,
right. That you absolutely correct with that. You're absolutely right. For the
because
for the younger generation, because we don't show them nothing, they ain't gonna know nothing.
this is it, man. If you don't know better, you can do no better. We gotta show the youth a
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
way,
For
man. How
real.
many times we seen it in the movies, man? Give them an opportunity, man. Don't just show them one way.
Countless. Yeah. Yeah. And that's all. And they do. Like with the. I don't even want to go into it too deep, but I mean, like with the music,
Yep.
they promote only negativity
Hmm.
on a major scale. You know what I mean?
Facts. Another
They.
thing which I have to highlight is at least back in the 90s to the early thousands, mans would talk about banging, but you would tell a story also. You would tell the positives, the good times. You'd tell the bad times. You'd give it a whole perspective of the thing. It
Right.
wasn't just the glorification of going out
Right.
and doing crazy shit, which is going to influence young malleable minds who
Yeah.
are already idolize these entertainers, and they're hearing the content and they think that's
Yeah.
what I need to do. They're doing it, so I'm gonna emulate
That
that
was the
shit.
plan.
Easily done, man.
That
Easily
was the
done.
plan.
Mm, mm, it is, man. It is. Hey, sibling, listen.
That was the plan. That's what they wanted. That's what they wanted to happen.
Yes, most definitely. Give out your
Yeah.
socials, man. What's the best way for the listeners and the siblings them to get in contact with you?
Yeah, what up? I'm on that IG at PIZZOWCM, Twitter at PIZZO_WCM, Facebook, Pizzo the Heater Man. Shit, that's all yeah, you can get to me anywhere from one of them three things.
Give thanks. Give
Huh?
thanks. Give thanks. That's all good. That's all good. I'll make sure I will put the links below to the IG and all that there. Two more questions before you
Okay.
go. First one is,
Okay.
have you had fun, sibling?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed myself, man. Like, man, shout out to you for even doing this interview again, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate it because you could have been interviewing somebody else. So just with you taking the time out to interview me, man, I appreciate it. You know what I'm
Legend.
saying? Like, that's love all the way from the UK. from the UK to the Bay. You know what I'm talking about?
Every day, man, every day. Yay, yay area living. Um, honors sibling,
Off top.
honors 21
Seven
gone
oh
to
seven.
yes, 707 mine to the B1 Birmingham, UK in the building. Make sure you
Ooh, y'all hear it?
go over to Pizzo's Instagram page, add him up, drop the comments, go to the Spotify, the iTunes, check the back catalog out. Most definitely check out some of
Yeah.
that new stuff, man. Check it out. Like, comment, subscribe,
Yeah.
and share. My very last thing for you, sibling, is a question. We've went into detail about Pizzo, past, present, and future. So tell me who is Pizzo, but don't tell me your name.
Wait a minute. Say that last. Wait a minute. Say the last question again. The past, present, what?
So we know who Pizzo is. You've gone into, your story, your history. So I would like you to tell
Right.
me who Pizzo is, but don't tell me your name.
Okay, I got you. Okay. Um, who Pizzo is? Pizzo is a man that's loyal beyond compare, who got love for everybody, who ain't trying to do nothing but do good in this world full of bad, and just trying to take care of my family and my kids, provide good music, be responsible for the music and then the content that I put out there for these youngsters, and that's it. That's it. 7-0 Savage.
All the way, mine. All the way. Honors, honors. Thank you very much for your honesty. Thank you for the
Shout out to CFR News too, man. Shout out to you for doing this too, Noble 187, man. I appreciate you, bro, for real.
every day, man. Every day. Again, comment, like, subscribe, and share. I will be continuing this West Coast series with more legends. Peace.